Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review INXS's 1987 album Kick. It's really great, one of their best albums for sure, and maybe one of the greatest albums of all time in my opinion. This is the track listing, and these are the tracks I added to my playlist, all but two. This album pretty much has no bad songs. The only songs I didn't grab were Meditate, which is a sort of closer to the previous track, Need You Tonight, and Calling All Nations, which is only okay on its own, but it does contribute to the album sound overall. And really, in general, this album has a bunch of great songs which all contribute, and they flow greatly, really well into each other. The sound genre is sort of a clear late 80s rock. There's some elements of new wave, but it's a lot less prevalent than it was in the early 80s. If you've never heard of INXS, this is probably the album to listen to, and I would suggest it to anyone and everyone interested, really. This is a great album. The only single of this album was Need You Tonight, which was on the radio at the time, along with New Sensation, Devil Inside, and Never Tear Us Apart. There were a lot of hits off of this one. And then my favorite song here, I probably got to go with Devil Inside. Just a really great song overall. I just kind of enjoy it more than some of the other songs here. You kind of have to choose a favorite, even though a lot of the songs are really good on this album. Now, I rank this album best out of all of INXS's albums, which it definitely is. There really isn't any contest here. There are some albums which sort of sound similar, but this album just has the most high quality stuff on it. The only real competition for me comes from their debut self-titled album, which I really like. I think it's almost a perfect album, but Kick just has a much higher production value that comes with a mid-career album. And then additionally, this album takes my top spot from 1987, although its only competition is Sting's debut album, Nothing Like the Sun, which is alright, but it can't really compete with Kick. Kick is certainly better than Sting's debut, in my opinion. Next up is Pink Floyd's 1987 album, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. I'm pretty interested to hear what this one sounds like, since the band went through kind of a lineup change and interesting period in the 80s, which definitely affected their sound. I'm assuming, at least. I won't know until I listen to the album. So, stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.